What's going on, YouTubers? This is DumbleOrange927, and here today, guys, I'm presenting my review for the Call of Duty Black Ops 3 multiplayer beta. You know, I've been waiting a while to do this, so let's get started. So, first, I have to tell you now that what I said in my last video was just complaints overall with just some of the material. You know, this doesn't reflect my personal enjoyment with the game. And also keep in mind, since I'm not a hardcore Call of Duty fan, that a lot of my things will not be, I will not be openly biased towards this game. So, with that out of the way, let's get started. So first, we will have the good points, the bad points, and the ugly. Now, the good points, first, we'll start out. Some of the good points on here is the new movement system. Yeah, because of this new movement system, it allows, well, you know, it's like the movement from Advanced Warfare, except this time it's more fluid, it's more smooth. In my opinion, I like this way better than the Advanced Warfare movement, because it's far more fluid, it's less quick, it's less, like it's fast, but it's not instantaneous. So it's a very good point. Now, the next good point I like is the gunplay. The gunplay is very much fluid, and it's very much it's overall a really good feel for a COD game, you know? It's the same formula we all know, and you know, I guess if you like that formula, then you're gonna like it here. So, it works well. As well as I like the new specialists. You know, I find them a very good concept that very much could be used to add another unique factor to the gameplay. So, you know, those are all my good points, as well as overall the kill streaks are pretty dang good, and you know, a lot of the maps, such as Combine stuff, I really like. Combine's probably my favorite, but I also like Snowbound. Those are probably two of my favorites, and overall most of the maps are pretty dang good. Now we'll move on to the bad. Now, the bad points is some of the specialists are a bit too unbalanced. For example, there's this one specialist, I really don't like this one, where, that's way too OP in my opinion, where you can self-revive. You know, I find it a bit, one, it made it where you kept your kill streaks, and two, it just kind of felt a bit unfair to me. When you killed someone, and then, you know, with Call of Duty having a low TTK, it makes it where if you kill them and you don't know they have that particular ability, you could sometimes just turn and just, you know, just leave, and then they revive themselves and then just come back and kill you. You know, I just find it a bit cheap and unfair overall. But, you know, so I think there is a nerf. Now, I did say that ability would be nerfed to where, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I still don't like it personally, but they said the biggest factor was the fact you get to keep your kill streaks while doing it, and that's not the case anymore. If you use it, your kill streaks will still reset. So, you know, that will no longer be an issue. Now, another negative thing I have to say is some of the gun balancing. Now, that's to be expected, but just a few set in mind is that some of these assault rifles and SMGs seem a bit too OP in my opinion, while many things like shotguns and sniper rifles in many ways actually felt a tad bit underpowered. Now, they're nowhere near as bad as they were in Advanced Warfare, but they're, well, at least the snipers for the most part, but I find them just to be a bit too, like, now, you could say it's some mobility, but some of the gameplay features don't encourage it. You know, So, snipers I guess are fine overall. I just never been a sniper fan, but things like the shotgun really felt underpowered in my opinion. Even Advanced Warfare, which had a lot going against them, they were still effective if you could actually close the gap. But even when you do that in this game, at least some of the shotguns I used, they just didn't feel that effective. Now, many of the pistols as well seem a bit underpowered. Now, one gun I did like that they had more effective is the rocket launcher, but even then, it's just, you know, a support gun, but I don't really care about that. But, you know, it just seems a bit too, like, not, like, you know, some of the balancing is just kind of over the place. But overall, it's not too bad. I just hope it's fixed by a final product. And again, the specialists are a bit ridiculous, but you know, that's about it. Now another issue I have with this, I both love this and hate this at the same time. Grenades are far more effective in this game than they were before. Now, in some ways, this is a good thing, because I really felt grenades were really nothing more but just something you could use if you're not using anything else for your quick 10. This actually turns into something useful and effective. But, so it's a bit of a double-edged sword. On one hand, it works, but on the next, there's some grenades that are just annoying to use, such as, not to use, but to be at the receiving edge, such as the stun grenade. You know, that existed since Black Ops 2, and while it was fun, it was a very annoying grenade to use. The stun grenade, like, I don't think they should get rid of it, but they should nerf it. It should work more like a frag, where it doesn't blow up instantaneous, but rather does it after a certain amount of time. That way it gives the player a better chance to move away from it, because once when you get stunned, you're basically, since you're moving and facing a slow-mo, your death is almost guaranteed if you're not facing the opponent that did that. So, you know, that's my bad. And now I'll move on to the ugly. And this is kind of things I just don't like compared to previous Call of Duty. For example, one thing I mildly hate is the fact that the specialists, while I do like them gameplay-wise, it seems to sacrifice customization. I felt that in this, customization, for some reason, felt very limited to me. Now, you could just say it's a beta thing, but, and guns for the most part were good, but just the armor. Because, you know, whatever specialist you choose, they work by characters, so basically you have to have the same character as the specialist, and I really don't like that. You know, one thing I thought Advanced Warfare got done really well was the fact that it finally allowed you to personalize your character, to make him look the way you wanted him to look. You know, and I just feel that feature's kind of taken away now, which I really don't like. You know, in my opinion, I like the specialists, but they should be separated from the customization. You know, they should just be there as the abilities, not the look of you. You know, so yeah, but many of the and another ugly is the graphics. You know, like I said before, you know, it's just a dated engine, and I really hope they get a replacement. I'll let it slide here. You know, I bet it'll look a tad bit better in the final product, but it's just nothing big, you know. I'm just saying, I'm not saying it's an ugly game to look at, but you're not going to be impressed by these graphics. So, you know, that's overall my opinion there. But this beta was still very enjoyable. You know, I like the kill streaks, I like the guns, and overall, and oh, one more thing I forgot to mention, I'm sorry, is the guns. I love the guns in this, but there's one thing I hope they fix up for the final product. And now, one thing they did remove which is a bit of a mixed. I like it that they removed it, but I hate it at the same time. They removed supply drops. Now, I get that it was kind of ruining the competitive side of things because you would never know what you're earning. But at the same time, it just kind of makes it where people just choose the best gun. Like, one thing I liked about the supply drops on Advanced Warfare is that it allowed people to do more experimenting with guns. But now it just seems not as much. Again, maybe that's just because there's not too many guns in the beta, but I really hope by the final product they do that, or they kind of fix that up. You know, where the guns just, each one feels really good to experiment on. But, you know, so yeah, but overall, this beta has been really, now, another few minor issues I have, just minor issues. One, the TTK is a tad bit too low in my opinion. You know, when you compare it, okay, I guess if you can compare it to, like, Ghosts, you could say it's high, like Ghosts or, the Modern Warfare series, but, you know, when you compare it to, like, in my opinion, Black Ops 2 had the best TTK, you know, as well as Advanced Warfare. Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 2 were the best TTKs, in my opinion, because they had it where you could rightfully earn your kills without them escaping, because, you know, Call of Duty's been known with their low TTKs, but at the same time, you felt like you could actually do something if you got shot. You know, I kind of hate games where they make it where once when your shots have it, you're dead, and there's nothing you can do about it. I kind of hate games that do that, because you kind of almost feel cheated when you die. So I do hope that they make the TTK a tad bit higher by a final product, probably Black Ops 2 TTKs, hopefully. So, you know, that's my opinion there. But overall, despite my flaws and minor issues, this beta has been a very enjoyable one, and I'm looking forward to getting the final game with the campaign and zombies and, you know, the finalized version of this multiplayer. I think it'll be pretty good. So, you know, that's really all I have to say here. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Please tell me what you guys thought of the beta. Please like this video up, subscribe, and, you know, just tell me what you guys thought in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys next time. This is Orange 97, and peace out.